Alright, hello. In this video, I'm going to be attempting to implement object-oriented programming in C. So what does that mean? And what is the purpose of this video? Well, the purpose of this video is to help you and myself understand the complexity of the implementation that goes underneath object-oriented programming. The stuff that you don't really see when you extend a class and call a virtual method. I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know is the concept of vtables, and I know a little bit of C and C++. So here we go. This video is totally experimental. I may not even succeed to do the thing I want to do, but hopefully you learned something, and hopefully I will as well. Alright, well, let's start with our C program. I'm going to import don't remember exactly how C works, so bear with me. And oh, did I mention I use Emacs? If you have to know, the reason why I use Emacs is because I haven't had sex in over 5 years. Alright, let's just get Hello World going. Just make sure that whoops, standard.io.h, I believe. Alright, so that worked. So what program are we going to try to make? We're going to try to make the classic do block comments. Whoops. We're going to try to make the classic animal cat, animal dog, inheritance. So, quick digression. How does OOP work? My understanding is that OOP, at least in C++, C++ works like this. So you have a class, say dog, and implicitly, you don't actually see this stuff, but implicitly, you have some kind of vtable pointer p. And this vtable points to a pointer that points to a table, I'm sorry. Let me point this. Where you have all of your methods. So it's some kind of mapping from method. So this is a function pointer. So this is a function. This is a function, and this could be depending on the dog superclasses. So depending on if this is an animal, this may point to another function. So this may point to animals function. Now I don't really know how this works, how this vtable is implemented, so I'm actually going to have to do some Googling right now as I record. So how does vtable work? Implementation detail of dynamic dispatch. For each concrete, there's a table of function pointers with all the virtual methods. When one calls a virtual method, we look up the object vtable and call the appropriate derived class method. So my understanding of this is when you add a method, so say void bark, somehow the compiler has to know that this bark is one of these. Maybe this is given an index, maybe this is implicitly the first one, so maybe this is bark. So if this is 0, 0 is a bark. And then it has to point to either whether it's an inherited one or whether its implementation is new. So how are we going to do this in C? I have no idea. So let's just try to make a struct called animal. Okay. So this is going to be our first animal. Well, why don't we do the thing that really works best, which is work backwards. So let's say make an animal pointer a. Say create animal constructor. How does this even work? So dog okay, so we want something like this to happen. We want this dog dot say what's something that all animals have in common. Let's say all animals in our world have some kind of dog name. Let's say they all have some way of, let's do like a farming simulator. Some kind of farming simulator. Each animal can talk. Okay. So let's just say it can talk. Okay. And this talk is inherited. And this bark is not inherited. Okay. So I think that what we want to do is have some kind of dog struct. How do you make a type def? I forgot how this is. Type def struct. Okay, got it. So I think we're gonna have to say, so I'm gonna be table. And then we're gonna have some kind of talk. So this is not gonna exactly work this way. I have to be like talk. So you know, it might be more like this. That might have to be our API. I'm not sure we really can do it any other way. For now, we can even do 0. Oh, well, let's just go like this. Okay. Why am I not set method? Let's say dynamic dispatch. Not needed. Okay. So I don't know if you can actually embed a function in here and have that be straightforward to do. So we're gonna have to define some stuff for this dog. It seems like we're gonna have a lot of setup code. But we can't just define it all as C data type. It's not gonna work so easily. So we're gonna have to have some kind of dog view table. I'm gonna set up classes. So let's say dog view table. Let's have that. So how do you function pointer in C? What is dynamic? Also, what is dynamic dispatch? It's just a void. I guess for now, we won't have return type. We'll just have a void every time. And we can change that later. Yeah. Okay. So we're going star, star, star. Now our list of methods. I wonder if we need to use a macro for this. This is kind of confusing because we don't really want to have to dynamically look up method by name at runtime. It's gotta be like a offset, like 0, right? And then 1. Yeah, this could be 1. To be 1, and it has to be 0, right? So for this kind of thing, I'm not exactly how should I best do this. Let's just get this to work and then let's find the abstraction afterwards. So dispatch dog 0 this is going to be this can be a void pointer as well, I guess. I don't know. Okay. No. Okay. Let's just do this all manually now, and then we can figure out some kind of macro easy way of, or sort of abstract way of doing this after. So that would be table. Right? And this is going to have function pointers. How do you see function pointer? Void. Okay, so actually these are going to all be void pointers, I think. So it's going to be a list of void pointers. How do you do a list of void pointers in C? I have no idea. Void pointer pointer. And then dog view table data equals malloc. And then let's just give it like 100. To do, and then we'll do select. And then we can do this for animal view table too. Oops. Okay. So now we need to manually figure out how this view table is going to be populated with the right function. So I'm going to say our bark function. Let's just say animal. Oh, we need to do our animal too. Oops. So not animal bark, but animal report, right? Animal talk. So I think you would have to have an animal struct somehow embed this. So to make the animal talk, let's just say printf. And we'll actually pass in the animal. Hello, Milan. I don't know how you call the function pointer. Call the function pointer by one pointer. Okay. Something like that, okay. Well, the method. So it seems like you would have to copy the parent v table and then as you go, for each method that you override, you would change. So it seems like we copy. Child, children, copy, parent v table. Let's just do that. Oh, yeah. Then copy. Oops. No, actually, no. Not memcopy that. Memcopy this. How do you do memcopy? Source, test, source, and this is really confusing. Test source. How many bytes? 100 times out of the void pointer. We can print that. Okay. Now we need to make sure that our dynamic dispatch looks up the right one. Dynamic dispatch, so object vtable. So you need to somehow take the first element of the object, no matter what. I'm not sure that's possible to do in C. We have to. This is a little bit tricky. Maybe you have to pass in the vtable. Let's just do that for now. Vtable. So that means we have to put that in here, but that's okay. Dog. The vtable. Dog. Vtable. To review this, just to refresh our memories, this one is going to refer to the offset of bark in the vtable, and in the future we may figure out some way to translate the string into the number. So somehow we want to call it. So we want to say like it's equal not const_car method anymore. It's neat. And let's not call it. Let's not return that. So I don't love this. I think you need to cast it first. Let's see. I will never understand C void or C function pointer syntax. Okay, I think I see. The void star. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now we need to populate our vtables and get our animal constructor. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. Is this possible? Oops. This is kind of static. Yes. I can just do that outside of the main function. Can I do that? I don't think I can do that. Use static data. Probably just static driver. Function. Possible analogous. We don't want to try every single time to create the vtable, obviously. Well, we could check if it. How do you do this? How do you like static net memory? Yes, you have to check it. Alright, well, we'll just go this way. How do I do this here? No? Okay. So basically the same for the dog constructor. Oops. So set the vtable. Oops, dog. Sorry, dog vtable. Okay. Okay, so how are we gonna get this to copy that? This is gonna be a little tricky. I think we can just pop that out here, right? Can we do this? And then what is this difference between static and static function? Makes no sense. Okay, whatever, this is fine. So same kind of deal here. Top. Okay. Now it needs to be under the vtable definition. Okay, so okay. Oh yeah, so oops, I need to do this. Oops. Some known copy. What I say is 3 meter craft. So many of these constructors can actually mean some kind of setup function. That might be better. Okay, let's use setup classes. Setup vtables. Init vtables. I don't know what my implementation is. Alright. Alright, so was it dest or dest source? Okay, dest source. Okay, so this is how you would do this. Okay, got it. And so, well, I mean, yeah. Okay, animal detail. Alright. Dog table. Let's just compile and see if this works. At least it's removed. Okay, so we can't convert this. How does this one work? Wait, wait. returns void and takes a void pointer. What did I do wrong here? Oh. Returns void. I think this is the return type, right? Oh, I see. So this is a void pointer. Okay, I think I get it. No return, no argument, and it returns void pointer. Okay. Whoops. Let's just have a return void instead of return void pointer. I think that should work. Would you need parentheses? What? Not convert to a pointer. What's going on here? There's just nothing. This is a parse thing? Oh, is it just... I just call it. This is the most confusing thing ever. Excuse me. Takes 2 inches. Takes 2 integers and returns an integer. Cast void into function. There's not have too many parentheses or something? That's weird. This seems to be right. Okay. Ah. Oh, I see. Okay. VTable method. This is completely wrong. Wait, what? I see. VTable data method. I see. Okay. All right, that actually worked. Great. Okay. Now I just need to get some stuff in here. So talk. Yep. Yep. I'll just make it bold. Oh, it's actually interesting. Like, you do want to say that there's an object in the first argument. So, see if it works. Oh, that actually compiles great. The bark, so printf woof. Now we need to override talk say. So say these are both virtual, actually. These aren't here. Okay. So now we're going to populate the vtable. So why don't we just change this vtable to not its own thing? Well, it's okay. Let's just keep it like this for now. Okay, let's see. Oh. Oh, no. Now let's run it. Oh, it worked. Okay. So that's object-oriented programming in C. We obviously have to do a bit more, but you can see how dynamic dispatch, this is a vtable lookup, so we have to dereference the vtable. Do some optimizations, and then call it. Offset. So really this is multiple things are happening here. So the sort of calling card of object-oriented programming is you can always add another class. So how hard would it be for us to add like a cat, right? And I don't think it would be that hard. We just need to copy and paste some of this code. Some of this stuff we would love to do compile time. I'm not sure how you can do compile time stuff in C. Look that up. Time execution. Macros. Macro. So you would have to do some sort of macro. And I think that's actually an interesting exercise. So eventually we're going to want some kind of macro for this, but this is not a bad start, honestly. That'll be the first part of this video, of this series.